Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We're dedicated to delivering quality auto parts, expert customer service, fast and free shipping, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. So visit us at 1AAuto.com, your trusted source for quality auto parts.
In this video, we're going to be working with our 2006 Chrysler 300. We're going to show you how to remove and replace a window motor and regulator assembly with anti-pinch feature. This means if something gets wedged between the window and its frame, it will stop and lower back down to prevent you from hurting yourself or damaging something caught in the mirror. If you like this video, please click subscribe. We have a ton more information on this car as well as many other makes and models. And if you need parts for your vehicle, you can follow the link down in the description over to 1AAuto.com. Here are the items you'll need for this repair. Normally there would be a little panel here that's broken off and missing from our vehicle. You would want to take a hooked pick, put it in there, and just pop it down. Once that's out of the way, you can use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screw and the handle. Now, unless you're replacing a mirror, you'll only have to remove the 3 color-matched clips, 1 here and 2 at the back of the panel. The black clips can stay in place since this piece of trim is all on its own. To remove these clips, push the center in 1 click. And you can see there's a small hole in there. I find the easiest way to remove these is get a hooked pick, grab that, and pull it out. Repeat this process for the other 2 clips. And then 3 Phillips head screws along the bottom, as well as 1 up on the side here in the front. We'll remove all of those with our Phillips head screwdriver. Below the door pull is another panel we'll have to pop down. Behind that panel is another Phillips head screw that we'll have to remove with our screwdriver. Grab the bottom of the panel, pop it out. Release the door handle cable here by popping this clip off to the side, rotating it, and lifting the hook out. And we should be able to lay it back enough to remove the connectors on the master window switch. Then we'll want to pop out all the retainers, the wire harness down here, unplug the courtesy light at the bottom of the panel as well. Again, this is another great place that our trim tools come in handy. Just reach it under there, pop them out. And set your panel off to the side. Disconnect the electrical connectors on the door control module. Then we'll need to use our trim tool to pop out the plastic clips for it. Use your trim tool to pop off the wire harness retainers. We have 1 there, 1 down here. Now the adhesive on this weather strip is pretty tough, so you might want a razor blade to help score and separate it so you don't tear the weather shielding itself. Once you've removed all of your adhesive, you can peel off your interior door shielding. Go ahead and carefully pull that out of the way, being sure to move it over the lock rods, door handle, and all of the wiring harness. Now to remove this window switch assembly from the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and push down on all of these tabs. There are 3 on each side, but once you get the 3 closest to you, you can kind of twist it toward you and push down, and that'll release the other clips. Then the switch pulls back, and you can remove the whole assembly from the door. Reconnect the driver's door module. You don't have to reattach it to the door, just let it hang there. Then we'll reconnect our switch that we just removed. Now, if your window is broken, you'll have to push the window up by hand, but our motor and regulator are okay. So we'll put our vehicle into the accessory position, roll our window up, and at this point, we can access the 10mm bolts that secure our window to the regulator. We'll disconnect our switch to make sure nothing gets hit by accident and that the window doesn't move while our hands are in there, and shut our key off. Loosen the 10mm bolts on the bottom of the window. Now you don't have to remove these fully, just loosen them up a couple of turns. Now this is where it comes in handy to have a nice pair of rubber gloves on, because you can grip the window a lot better than you can with your bare hand. We'll go ahead and start some painter's tape onto the window. Lift our window off of the regulator. This may take both hands. Get the window all the way up to the top, nice and straight. And tape over the top onto the glass on the other side. We'll do the same thing over here. Hold it up. Start the tape. And when you're taping the window, be sure not to tuck it up into this edge or the one on the top, because that actually creates a place that the tape can go slack and allow the window to slide down. We'll do one more in the middle just for a little added security. And now our window is up and out of our way while we remove our regulator. We'll start by removing this 10mm bolt at the bottom. This partially holds our regulator in, but also holds this door brace in, which is part of where our panel attaches to. Once we've got that screw out, we'll loosen the one at the top here. And this brace can slide up and out of our door. Now we'll remove this bottom bolt and loosen the two 10s up here. To remove your door speaker, we'll actually remove these 4 Phillips head screws. Now we'll pull the speaker out of the door. You'll find the connector at the bottom here, which we'll disconnect and remove. Remove the 10mm bolt hidden under the speaker. With the bolts loose, you should be able to slide them up and out of their keyways. Hang it down so the motor is right here in the opening for the speaker. We'll release this red clip, push down and disconnect our window motor. We can now move the whole regulator and motor assembly out of this opening. Reinstall the regulator into the door. Remember that when the motor is down in the speaker, we'll have to plug that connector back in and push the red safety tab. Then we can hook the top 10mm screws into their slots. Once those are back in place, we'll reinstall the 10mm screw behind the speaker, as well as the one in the center of the door. Once we've started our two 10mm screws, we'll slide the bar back into the middle of the door, as well as that 10mm screw. Now we'll tighten up all 6 of the screws securing our window regulator. Untape the window and carefully lower it back into its slots in the regulator. Make sure that it's sitting all the way down in there and tighten the two 10mm screws at the bottom of the window. Disconnect your door control module again. Reinstall the interior door weather shielding here over the latch rod and the door lock. We'll stick this corner in just to keep everything in place for now. Make sure the harness stays on the outside of it over here, as well as the harness for the door module. Connect your speaker, lay it back into place. If you push it on there right, it'll actually stay on there over these little plastic clips that we bolt into. We can now reinstall our 4 Phillips head screws. Install the driver's door module by reconnecting the connectors and pushing the plastic clips back into place. Reinstall the harness. Reinstall the window switch, sliding the front hook into place first, and then push down and make sure the panel fully seats and that it's in there nice and secure. Reconnect the courtesy light. Pop those 2 harness connections back into their proper locations. Reconnect the power mirror switch. I know there are 2 gray connectors here with a lot of similar colored wires going to them, but the one for the mirror switch is slightly smaller and has a lot more connections on it. So we'll plug that in all the way at the front of the panel, closest to me. The little black connector goes in the top of the power window switch. And the large gray connector goes at the far end of the power window switch. Reinstall the latch rod. Slide that clip back over it. Lift up and slide over the door lock. Line up your panel and snap all the clips back into place. To reinstall these clips, you'll have to push the tab back out and through. Place it back into its opening in the door panel. Pop the tab back in the center. Repeat that process with the other 2 clips at the back of the door. Reinstall the 3 screws along the bottom, the one up here at the front of the door, one under this panel, and one behind the door handle with our Phillips head screwdriver. Remember to close those cover panels on the door if your vehicle still has them.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.